Not very in a hurry. Huh. Well, I'm not really detecting any, really graphic clouds. It'd be a waste of time anyway, because all the people do is they pollute what I have captured and its truth with a bunch of made up, fictitious CGI, DMI images of clouds just to pollute and bury the ones that I have taken of the actual thing, to bury mine in all the garbage that people create. I don't understand why people do that. Obviously, they are trying to hide the truth, and they don't care that they're condemning themselves to a doom that they themselves aren't even aware of. It's beyond your comprehension. Whatever you can think of would be your worst doom of existence, of your next existence after this. You are way far off the mark. It'll be much worse than you could ever imagine. Just like the Ark of the Covenant or whatever, when people turn their back on the God Almighty, the Word. No, we can't do that. You're asking too much. We can't do that. Well, then behold, beholden the Ark of I can all. I can all that can't do. I can all that can't do. Beholden the Ark of I can. Yep. Anyway, that's the moon. The clouds. Looks like there is quite a bit of open sky. It isn't full of clouds, whatever they're called, cumulus clouds. And there is that Moways on. I'm Moways on. Moways on. All right, Moways on. I'll talk to you later. Or sooner. Or what is talk? Aware. Always. Moways on. I'm always on. And all this, man, still, to this very Sunday morning, Shane Gaffey is still up. Got the mid-watch plus the 4 to 8. I've been assigned to the mid-watch for 8 years, man. How many hours a week did you guys put in? Some of you put in. Hell, some put more in nose of the grindstone working for the man than I ever have in my life of work. And I have worked my entire life. I've worked up until this happening to me. I was worked constantly, collected 6 months unemployment when I got out of the military, and then that's it. And then it was another 6 months when I got let go. First one to get let go at Wendland Engineering, crew chief, associate's degree. It's just because I didn't fit in. I didn't laugh at the supervisor's jokes. Larry Songbird, the one who talks about Shane with Mr. Duncan, the basketball coach, who I never had. He never knew me as a man, man to man. We never knew each other. I never talked shit about Duncan. Never said nothing to him. Never said nothing about him. Never said nothing to him. Had nothing to say about him. But he finds a reason, and just a good reason, to sit in a pew at the church of whatever Protestant faith or whatever the fuck it is, and take that opportunity to talk shit about Shane Gaffey, because Larry probably wanted. What do you hear? So what do you know about Shane Gaffey? We got him working. We got him working for us now. You got any knowledge? You got any inside data you can inform me about? I'm Larry Songbird in church, acting like a gossiping fucking. I don't want to just act like a giant gossiper. Typically, that role has been that of like the retired woman, the grandmother. Ain't got nothing better to do but be on the phone, talk about everything they've heard about, and it all equals a bunch of meaningless garbage. I don't know what's worse, being that gossiping grandmother or a uniformed police officer parked alongside the road, just waiting for someone to go by, going by appointment. Everything's by appointment. There are no coincidences. So they're speeding. Okay, they've been ordered to. That's why they're speeding, because they're supposed to. There's nothing they can do or you can do that hasn't been written. You're ordered to do everything. So you're above the word of the Creator. The police are not only above the laws that they enforce upon us and spend their whole working life for the state of Illinois to be in every civilian's business. And how are they a friend of yours? They are employed to find you guilty or cite you for breaking a law that is not of the Creator. It is of man. Laws of man are made, most of them, to be broken. There are a few that, it would be preferred. The preference is to not go there and violate that law, because it's such a hurtful thing for somebody, or such a tragedy. There's a mouse right there. But yeah, the cop. They said over there they work. They work, and they sit there for hours. They just sit there in their brand new vehicle. Or in the wintertime, they'll sit up the what is it called? The police station right in downtown Morrison. They'll leave their cruiser running. I've seen it. I know for a fact. Hours, just leave it running. So when they ever have to leave the office and go out to go for a cruise, make their rounds eventually, they sit in a warm car. And they burn all that gas all night long, that brand new car sitting there idling for hours on end. But they can't tell they know who I am, and I can't find my ID because I dropped it by appointment, and I need to go get a can of chew. I desire a can of chew. Go to Shell gasoline, Shell gas station, Casey's gas station, all these different names, BP, Beyond Petroleum, Shop and Go. But Shell, it's like we are being infested with companies from different countries, and the cop, he got a loaded gun. He could drop me right on a dime and find it justifiable shooting, you know, when I wasn't doing nothing but wrestling with the Creator. And Officer Moon, well, I'm coming up. He kicks in my door, and it startles me. And he pulls out his gun and shoots me. Tells everybody, oh, he come after me. He come up, he threatened me. He got up and come after me, and I was free of my life. So I pulled the gun out and shot him. Nobody's there. Nobody's there to speak on my behalf because he just killed me, and he's a lying piece of shit with no integrity. A lie begins the discovery paper by making a statement that had nothing to do with that situation that I was. They found me guilty. They charged me with aggravated battery on a police officer for dumping a little bit of water in a coffee cup, like 4 ounces. In a spray mist because he's coming up my stairs with a loaded weapon. And all they're saying, we're just here to talk. We got a welfare call. Someone was concerned, real loud conversation and stuff coming from your apartment. We're just here to talk. I was like, oh man, I'm doing great. I feel fine. I'm just testifying to God out my window. How are you doing? Oh, doing pretty good. Why don't you come on down so we can talk? I'm like, I'm talking to you right now. I don't need, there's no need, no good reason for me to come down just so we can talk. We're in direct verbal communication from the moment they pulled in that driveway. That was my first offense. And it got reduced down to not a felony, a misdemeanor assault on a police officer. When it was this much water, from the faucet, I did not leave the window like Officer Moon stated in the discovery. He left the window and came back with scalding hot water and dumped it on me. Now, right as he took it, the first step up, well, I'm coming up. I go, no, you're not. And I said that in that frightful tone. I go, no, you're not. And I fucking tossed it at him. Perfect timing, right? And he took one step and the mist hit him because I was up at the top of the stairs, basically hanging out the second story window. Hit him in a mist. He stops. It stopped him like Frozone. I Frozoned his ass, and he even goes, and he over dramatizes it for the whole parking lot's full of fucking people, and the blonde patrol officer or whatever the hell she's called. She wasn't bad looking, but I lost all respect for her. She became just as ugly as all the other uniformed Sir Pants. Hey, sir, hi, Sir Pants. Because you are, you be because you are, because your daddy told you, good job, get a job security, good job, good benefits. You need to get in with the police department and work for the state, you know. And then they're above the law. They talk on their cell phones. They are on laptop, computer, internet while they're driving down the road to take me to a hospital so I can go from that hospital to another mental hospital in Elgin. They call it Elgin around here. And the first thing Officer Moon says, earlier that day, we had a call about a disturbance from the dollar store that Mr. Gaffey was involved in. And then now to speak about this incident, he just would not listen to us. Well, he wouldn't listen to anything we said. He just kept yelling and banging on the side of the house. Like I was just going, bam, bam. No, it was exactly opposite. I was in fear of my life. I did not leave my post. I was just trying to tell them, what is it? All they want to do is talk. And I'm telling them, I'm explaining to them, that's exactly what we have been doing. Just because I'm up here in this room and you're down there, you can hear me fine. I'm perfectly, I'm articulating my words where you can comprehend them and I can hear you. We're in direct verbal communication. There's no reason. Well, we'll come up. No, well, come on down. No, I don't need to come back and forth. Finally, Officer Moon, well, I'm coming up. I was like, no, you're not. And the way, right after I did it and the way he responded, I go, God damn it. And I threw my coffee cup straight down and went through between the wall of the building and the staircase. I'm testifying. Exactly. I can remember everything. There's nothing wrong with my memory. It went right through between the staircase and the wall. It went straight down and shattered. And I didn't throw the cup at him. He had a loaded weapon. They don't understand what the word that they're wanting to communicate to talk, talk, but they cannot comprehend that's exactly what we're doing. They just kept coming and coming and coming. We're not stopped until finally, Officer Moon's like, well, I'm coming up. I'm coming up. And right away, I go, no, you're not. And I hit him with a mist, and he's like, huh, 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 huh. Now, is that a response? Is that what is it called? Is that what somebody would do if they were hit with scalding hot water? Hot water that I just come back, left the window, which I never did. It came back with hot water and dumped it on him. No, that was exactly what I said. I frozoned his ass. It went into a real fine mist and hit him, and it was just a little cool, immediate coolness that it did not need. Like he was fucking jumped into 38-degree water, submerged in it. And that's how he was gasping, and that's it. And I was charged with aggravated battery on a police officer, $30,000 bond. The kid that shot me in the face with a BB gun, his bond was $5,000. And I was going to fight that charge, but they sent me to a mental hospital. While I was in an Elgin mental hospital that they unlawfully sent me to, violating my civil rights once again. While I was there, I missed a pre-trial for the Moon incident, Officer Moon. And I go, I didn't make that trial. Yeah, I got arrested on a warrant. I said, and I even went to the courthouse the day before they arrested me on a warrant. I told my public defender, I said, hey man, I was in a mental hospital. I was aware of this pretrial date, but I was in mental hospital. I just got out, and I just happened to be there. We discussed it right in the courtroom. That very next day, I got picked up on a warrant for violation, for contempt of court. And I told the lady, even the guards, the cell guards, they are pleased that you're there. It makes them happy because they have a job, and they can boss people around. There are a bunch of women. Well, how come the corporal, the woman in charge? It's always a woman in charge up there at the desk, and all the subordinates are males. And it's always a woman sitting there in charge. They're stripping that which is a man. The essence of what is a man? A mother's love, a man's protection, a man's willingness to stand up, to speak up. They take it all away from them. That's their plan of society. That's why it's aiding. It's lending to homosexuality. Being you're foreborn to be a homosexual, or people even they'll be like, oh, I'm so lonely. I can't find a woman. I'm sick of being lonely. I'm gonna try being homosexual, just so I don't have to be by myself. And that's sickness, man. It's really terrible. And so anyway, they arrested me for fucking contempt of court for not being at a pretrial because I couldn't, because I was unlawfully imprisoned in a mental hospital in Elgin, not Elgin, it's Elgin, Elgin, Elgin. Thank you. So I told the fucking one of the upper, whoever the guard was, the cell guard, I go, hey. I told her my story. She's like, yeah, that happens quite a bit up here. That's all she said. I said, well, let me out. Let me get out. Well, we got to wait till the judge. We got to wait for the judge to fucking call you until the judge will see you. The judge will see you now. And that wasn't till 6 weeks and 1 day. I was locked up. Not 24 hours lockup. No 1 hour outside like the state penitentiaries I hear do. Hell, it's worse in county. You're locked up in your cell for 24 hours a day.
And they have brand new cameras even on solitary confinement cells. They got to have a camera staring right down at you all the time. And they got to go by every 15 minutes and go, bang, beep, bang, beep. All through the whole time you're there, bang, beep. Unless you go down, hey man, you want to go kick it down on the block and watch some TV, man? I said, no, I'm fine. I'd rather just stay by myself in my own cell than deal with all the drama. And hey man, I'm walking. I already am aware to stay out of people's way. I got this Mexican. Hey man, young kid. Hey man, could you kind of stay over on this side, because I'm gonna be running and doing some burpees and stuff right here. So just stay. I'm gonna be doing sit-ups, going. Everybody, look at me. You know, and so I'd rather do without the drama. If I don't want to fucking bathe till I'm ordered to bathe, I don't need people saying, "Hey man, talking man, he hasn't taken a shower. I've noticed he hasn't been in the shower for 4 or 5 days." So fucking what? So what? What do you want? I'm not interested in any physical, sexual contact with any of you guys. So what is the big? Why are you so worried about what I'm doing? Yeah. And then the TV and all the bullshit is like, fuck. How can you have any fun up there at all? Anyway, and so then, yeah, they know, and so they don't let me out. My next pretrial is exactly at 6 weeks. They don't let me out. The judge doesn't see me. No, not even that. The state's attorney doesn't have a meeting with me until one day after my scheduled next pretrial, which was at 6 weeks. I had 6 weeks and 1 day locked up unjustifiably, and the only way I could get out was to plead, do away with my not guilty trial by jury and admit to guilt, and let the judge preside over the case. That's what they did. They took away my rights to a due process. I would have just went right back in jail. Talked to the state's attorney. If I didn't accept her plea bargain, I'd have been right back in jail until the trial date, which would have been another 6 weeks. See, they don't care. Fortunately, I didn't have a job. I've been on disability since the first mental hospital that they sent me to. I got back. I said, I'm not working another fucking day in my life. You want to call me crazy? I'm not working anymore. I can't work. I'm crazy. You guys painted me crazy. You cost me my job. You damn near cost me my knee surgery. You had to be rescheduled 3 times. The night before my second knee surgery was scheduled. That's when I broke my son's fucking shoestring wrestling with my finger got caught in his shoelaces. Never wrestled around with him before, and he happened to be in my bedroom, so I, little guy wrestler thing, and he has high functioning autism, and my finger was stuck, and instead of pulling my finger out, I just pulled backwards, and his shoestring broke because it was so old and rotted like, and he got very mad. He's like, "Dude, quit being dumb." And I was like, I just played it off. "Sorry, man, didn't mean to do that." And picked up my J. Johnstone Western book, started reading it. He went downstairs, told my mom something's wrong with my dad. My mom takes Jacob, who's a young kid, has high functioning autism, takes him out to the van. So my mom, who talks to a fucking frogs in the basement, "Hey, Timothy the Toad." She takes my son out to her van to have a talk with him to get to the bottom of this. And from there, she called the police on me. So I'm in my bedroom reading, and I heard something. I look up, there's fucking 3 cops just walking in the bedroom. I said, "Now what the fuck do you want?" "Hey, Shane," and you can't, they won't accept, no, they won't change their mind for nothing, just like over there. We're just here to talk. I am talking to you. And then the one fucking cop, this is another time, again, 9 times they've sent me to a mental hospital. Pried open my fucking door. I'd be telling them, I said, "Just go away. Leave me alone. I'm wrestling with God. I'm talking to, let me calm down." And they just keep coming. They don't listen to fucking anything. I look up the fucking a new higher. This kid, he got a double fucking barrel fucking taser pointed at me. I'm sitting on my bed. I jumped. I was like, no. I go, don't tase me. And then another time, he's the same monkey who's with the superior cop. They will not accept. No, I said, I do not need to go to another mental hospital. What the fuck? Leave me the fuck alone. Ambulance pulls up. I was like, all right, motherfucker, I can't win. I can't beat the numbers. So I step up on the fucking stairs of the ambulance, and that fucking cop touches me like this on my back of my shoulder. Just touches me. Because he had to touch me. He had to like touch me and prove that some type of weird shit they got going on spiritually. They wear black fucking pigskin leather gloves. They carry fucking loaded weapons. But when we had a shooting in town, you know what they all did? They parked. They didn't even go to the site of the shooting of the police call. They parked alongside the curb and gutter, a block and a half away from it, 2 blocks away. And they didn't want to get close to the danger. That's what they get paid for. That's why they carry fucking weapons and have all this bullshit. But yet they didn't even go down there until they were sure that there is no shooter around. It was like a 25-minute fucking ordeal. They just parked right next. Isn't that their fucking job? Oh, it's to protect and serve us. Our own people, the police department, or the fortress that we have built. That blonde, she lied, backed up fucking Moon's discovery statements. I couldn't even make it through half of his. I was so pissed. The fucking the door guard downstairs came upstairs. He's like, man, you need to calm down, settle down. The judge has court right now and stuff in session, and you know you can get in trouble. And I was furious, man. I was furious. I go. This place is the epitome. If there is such a thing as the Antichrist, it is the judicial system. It is fucking corrupt as can be. It can be, and they haven't changed one word. And I'm not for a minute going to be fooled thinking that. I went up there to pay a fucking $20 on the fine I owe them for them not doing their job correctly. The kid has an epileptic seizure and plows right through the fucking staircase over there. He turns in and just seizes up, kablow, plows right through it. The cops show up. They just get his car insurance information, so they can pay for the damages for the staircase. And they don't take his license from him, and he's getting back on the road again. And right when I got up that morning, I felt so relieved. I was in tears, like half crying. Yes, finally it's over. It was I had a feeling of relief. And then the voice, the creator, the telepathic communication. How about one for the fuck of it? Exactly what was said in my mind. How about one for the fuck of it? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, hell yeah. I didn't even know what I was doing. I've stated this before, testified, and as you can see, it's all identical, which should tell you that I'm not a liar. I'm not making things up. I can tell you verbatim how it happened. And these cops, they lie, and then they try to paint me crazy by making a statement that has nothing to do with that. Earlier that morning, we had a disturbance call from the place that kicked me out. But I go there now because the lady that she didn't kick me out. She was in my face. Shane, rah, 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 rah. Because I walked in, and it was heaving hell everywhere I go. I'd be running into conflict, and I'm not even meaning to. I walk in the door just all cool, being just chill as a motherfucker, and the black man is stocking the Hostess or Little Debbie snack shelf, and I walk up and I'm down, and I walk in. I was like, "What up, nigga?" Like that. I go, "What up, nigga?" And I was walking. He's like, and he just blew up by appointment. He stands up, man. He's like, "I'm trying to work here," and then the lady, the head manager, next thing you know, she's right in my face. Shane, rah rah rah. That's never appropriate. Rah 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 rah. Then like this fast, 2 Morrison police cops are there. because the guy that worked for Little Debbie Snack Cakes, he went out to his vehicle. He called the fucking police on me, and they were there this fast. And so she's bitching at me, and sure enough, one of them fucking fucking cocksucking motherfucking cops has to run his mouth. Do you want him to come back? Do you ever want him to come back? And she goes, no, never. And he had to open his fucking mouth. She didn't say nothing like that till he suggested it, the power of suggestion. Then he's like, well, you can, yeah, there's always public transportation. You know, they took my driver's license from me. I've had 2 moving violations my whole life. I have been a licensed driver my entire life, except for the past like 4 years or whatever. 2 tickets from when I was in Portsmouth, Virginia, and in Norfolk in the military. Other than that, I have no record, no nothing. But since I'm a man, somebody said something, and next thing you know, I got a letter from Secretary of State. You need to make a statement testifying why you are still capable of driving a motor vehicle, and then you also need to get a doctor to put his word down saying that you're safe and capable of driving a motor vehicle. Now, if I was a doctor, there's no fucking way I'd put my name on something like that, because if the guy did get in an accident and cause bodily harm, the doctor, I could be liable. You know, I believe there is a possible lawsuit there. So they're asking for something that I'm not going to pursue, and I had 20 days to do it. I didn't do it. But Dr. Woods here in Morrison, he claims that when I got my medical marijuana license, he said, hey, if you never want to get your driver's license back, he said, I'll prove you. And that was never an issue. My ex-wife, she was permanently disabled with a cognitive disorder. They never fucking pursued her to make a statement, and a doctor and all this statement why you're able to drive. They never said a word to her. She drove until she was physically unable to drive anymore. She was bumping into people's vehicles and everything, and she gave it up before something terrible happened. But why is that? And why is it that she's the one that ruined the marriage, yet the children? My son was taken from me, my only son that I have at a young age, and he was raised by the permanently disabled with a cognitive disorder. She doesn't even comprehend. She's disabled. Cognitive disorder means you cannot comprehend accurately what is being said to you. Yet she is able to go to DCFS after she gets caught cheating. The Department of Child and Family Services, just with my husband been mentally abusing me, and I want to get a divorce, and can you help me get child support started? Sure, we can do that. Just like that, sure, no problem. They didn't check her credentials. They have no integrity. Then not only them, DCFS calls the fucking courthouse. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Courthouse says, sure, we can do that. Just give me his name. Where's he work? Boom, just like that. I'm fucking, my wages are guaranteed. I'm given a fucking order of protection. Right, I pull up at the house. There's fucking the cop. What's his name? You're not even on my team, man. I'm not even gonna try to remember your name. But and I go, what is this? He goes, order of protection. I said, what the? I haven't done nothing and did anything. He's like, I don't agree with it either. But here you are delivering it. You work for that place. You're just as guilty as they are, because I say so. Guilty by association. And then I perform a noble deed by breaking that window out, because it was done and it prevented J-A-C-O-B, Salahan, C-A-L-L-I-H-A-N, Salahan, from getting back on the road. He wasn't able to get his car fixed. But that's my felony damage, criminal damage to property above like $500. And I did it because the Creator ordered me to do it. How about one for the fuck of it? I grabbed a hammer and this walking cane. I didn't even know what I was doing or where I was going. And next thing you know, I realized I'm about to Jacob's car, and it just came over me to fucking smash his fucking window with the hammer, and I set the cane through it. And then the snitch that lives over there, Kenny Farthing. He's maintenance and he's a thief. He goes into the people's apartments to steal stuff and untrustworthy. And he's a snitch. He called right away. He calls the cops on me. And I called him out. Called him yesterday. Called him. Come on here. I said, "Hey, Kenny, are you over here to try to? You want to fuck my ass more? I'm not gay. I was just giving him shit." Then I was like, you're a narc and a snitch. I said, "What the fuck is it your business that I broke his window out? And that's not your car." I said, "You're just a little snitchy bitch. Yeah, you're fucking stealing my fucking property when I'm unlawfully imprisoned in a mental hospital or unlawfully imprisoned in jail. You fucking go right up into my apartment and help yourself to my fucking property. My brand new Dremel, my fucking bird seed and feed cost $35 from Farm and Fleet. He got it in his maintenance shop using it as a garbage can. And and he's still over there. And I have exposed them for their unjustifiable. They're operating using deceptive practices. They're using fictitious names. I'm supposed to have the right to meet my accuser. No, not some whatever you look. You're a human. You have the image of a human. Yet your name is made up. That's not facing my accuser. That's a fucking a mistrial right there. Because they're not gonna they're gonna try to fucking violate me for imaginary charges. They just want to keep me entangled, and they're trying to railroad me. I went up there. I was on my way to Sullivan's grocery store to buy something to eat before I got there. In my mind, my inner voice, the communication, I'm like constantly just, that's all I think about, and that's all it is. It's me and that which is that I'm connected to, the creator of all things, or its representatives down through the levels of creation, But anyway, so I go up to the courthouse, like the voice tells me, guides me, and go pay on your fine. I go up there, pay on my fine. Next thing you know, they're like, "Hey Shane, they're having a trial for you today, right now." I was like, "What? I never got no notice." Yeah, so they take me up to the courtroom, and I have to sign. I sign some paperwork. I believe the judge says he is going to assign me counsel. The state's attorney is my counsel. Yet the state's attorney is trying to violate me. My probation officer is a kid younger than my son, Mason Sitzmore, whose boss is the state's attorney. So when I'm going to go up there tomorrow and find out when my next probation meeting is. And so then my representative is your boss. So when my next probation meeting is scheduled, get a hold of your boss and have him come over here and sit, on my behalf, because he's my appointed counsel by the judge, and he can sit here and do the probation meeting. What's a probation meeting? All it should be is you go in there and I'm here, all right, cool, document it, and you're out the door. No, they want to sit you down and interrogate you. So what do you do on your free time? None of your fucking business. Well, even though the incident breaking the window had no drugs or alcohol whatsoever related to the alleged crime, the judge is going to, once convicted, he's going to say, you're not permitted to drink alcohol, smoke marijuana, do any illicit drugs for your whole 2 years of probation. And you can be drug tested. They can come and look inside your apartment. And if you are drug tested, it's going to be a one-time fee of $50 that you will have to pay for. And how is that even justified? That's not justifiable. The alleged crime of vandalizing private property, destruction of private property, had nothing to do with drugs or alcohol. How does that get brought into these cases? It is a fucking scam to keep people entangled into their bullshit, and they should be shut down. They have no integrity. What is war for? What is dying? Why are we dying? What is living about? What is corruption? What is truth? When they haven't fixed one word. Child support credit. And then they fucking extort $2,400 out of me right in the courtroom. You know, it's credit, but you can't access it. You can petition the court 4 times, denied, 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 and then, well, we're going to fix your child support credit issue. You either agree to pay your Tanya's attorney's fees for the 3rd time, which is going to probably be more than this $2,400 in child support credit, or you agree to set your child support credit back to 0 and you don't have to pay her attorney's fees again. But it is your child support credit, and it's your decision. So we'll give you a couple minutes. So, okay, what is anybody? I have to do it. I'm in the courtroom. I'll get arrested for contempt of court. There's nowhere to go. I have to fucking pick the lesser of the 2 evils, that they blackmailed me, extorted money from me right in the courtroom. And then the judge even fucking gives my ex-wife's attorney, Dan Huffman, who happens to be the state's public defender right now. And he represented me the last time they fucking had me in jail for fucking no reason at all. For stupid bullshit. I was entangled into that stuff just so I can truly realize firsthand the depth of corruption and betrayal and deceptive practices. It's rampant. And I'm going to make a mockery out of that courtroom. But the thing is, to say the truth, I'll rank all of them. Find some integrity and hold it golden, and for what it's worth. Don't from one minute to the next you're double cross messenger. You're this and now you're that. And now you acknowledge this and now you don't. And what was the reason for me being whisked up in that courtroom? And then I told you, I said something, and you're like, oh, so it was a coincidence why you're here. And I go, there is no coincidences. And the judge goes, oh, okay, like he was aware of that I have the word, I have been chosen, it is the truth. And the state's attorney, she was right beside me as I was sitting here, and she looked over at me and smiled like in admiration or something at me. I seen for a moment, yeah, I mean, what, man? It's heavy shit, man. It's fucking heavy. It's so heavy. It's like, wow, man, how is this possible? And wow, like a motherfucker. You guys, man, hasn't been a fun journey, and I'm not under the impression that I should be taken off of probation. I should have no criminal record, but go ahead and leave it on there. All that is documentation that you unlawfully judged me on a child of God. When you don't even have rank over me, you are on or. Basically you're on R. I am S. I outrank you. Just like antietam, battle antietam. That M looks big and bad, but that N pulls rank. I will tee you, motherfucker. You step out of line. You know what we do and what we don't do. What you're doing is not acceptable. So antietam, the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. No coincidence. Liemouth Brock. Piss on it to fucking dishonor, to say it, just to break its tie to you. That's why I said the Sphinx, it needs, I don't even give a fuck if it's a model of the Sphinx. If your mind is pure and your thoughts are correct, the Creator would accept even that small model version of scale model of what the Sphinx is. And it needs to be just pick that, just a little bit of change to the surface anywhere. And that is something that needs to take place. I've told you guys that. And nobody fucking wants to do any fucking thing. They don't give a fuck, man. If I'm telling them, man, fly brains must come from somewhere. You're gonna be that gooey shit in a fucking lightning bug that makes it illuminate at night. That's all that you are. That's what you're gonna be. Shit like that. Hey, everything must come from somewhere, man. And then once scorned, once done dirty, those that have done that, they can never be with me on the same level of creation ever. Never. I cannot. It's an integrity issue. I cannot chance them being around me. They're not on my team. I don't know them. They never knew me. They never accepted me. I give them no reason to deny to not accept me. I've kept my integrity. I've spoken the truth flawlessly. I have I don't know. I can't even, what did I lie? What did I think when I lied last time was when I like tried to convince my kids that there's like a Santa Claus or a tooth fairy. You know, that's how you learn your kids about the ways of the world. You lie to them right off the get-go. Santa Claus delivers presents to everybody. Tooth fairies are bringing you money for that tooth. Easter Bunny's coming. What a fucking pathetic fucking situation once you realize all. All right. That's a long one, 49 minutes, but it is an archive of the truth, man. These are the days, the golden days are passing over, man. People, I got an image of the whole cloud is that of a I think it looks like a female bust. The whole cloud. I look up, wow, right there. How can you not see it in the photo? And that's still not good enough. You want to hold. We have a faith that does. We don't stop believing and then don't believe. Our faith is stronger than what we see. How in the hell? So if you see Jesus and all this shit falling from the sky, which shouldn't happen because I am the resurrection. It's just not exactly how it was written in the deception and betrayal story. So anyway. It's the same thing applies. If you see Jesus and the trumpets and the angels coming down from heaven, you don't believe that. Stick with your faith. Don't believe what you see. You guys make no sense at all. Make no sense. Faith has no fucking place on my team. No waiver. And believe me, there is accountability for what you're doing. You're preaching a false doctrine. You've been informed of the truth. You've been enlightened on all the secrets. All the secrets will be revealed, and they are revelations that are so profound, so heavy, and so life altering or civilization altering that you don't want to acknowledge them. And it is the word of your Creator that you are denouncing. Joyce Meyer. Joyce, M-I-R. I'm M-I-R. Yeah, M-I-R. K-I-M. Carness. That means C-R-N-S. No, it's not. C is not an S because the C does not say. The word church, it's like the word juicy. They're phantoms. The C doesn't say anything. The H is silent. The U represents yourself in church. The R is appointed to the U. And then it says CH again. What are you saying? Church. That word is a silent word. And where's Jesus at? I believe the Creator, I did state that Jesus never did that which you love so dearly never returned. Is that not what it says in the words that I wrote on behalf of the Creator's voice? It was all the Creator. I'm just the mechanism that puts it on digital format. Anyway, same fucking song and dance. Nothing's changed. I give all my experiences, every truth, everything. I give praise. I show love. I fucking, yeah. How are you to receive it's not someone sneezes, God bless you, over an abundance, heaping agape amount of blessing. No, it's be lesson. Be less than you think you are. A lesson learned. The lesson today, the be lessening today is, how are you to receive an enlightenment if you think you know everything? You must be less than you think you are. Surrender. I'm telling you that everything you've been taught or everything you know is all under in deception and betrayal. It was locked onto that until just now. If I wouldn't have fucking successfulul, if Tim wouldn't have died and been pissed, why? Fuck, my kid, I don't want to be dead. What the fuck? You know, if marijuana was legalized, I wouldn't even have been drinking alcohol. I would have been smoking pot, and I wouldn't have went off the road and flipped it over and fucking died. I'd still be alive with my family, man. I'm pissed off. Well, creators, who do you know anybody that might be able to make something happen? You know, who do you think could make a difference? Could be the one? Who's next? I would have to choose Shane Gaffey. Boom. He spoke my name. I was gonna hang myself in my closet. I was going to hang myself, and then I was like, "Oh, I gotta find God." Fucking. Then also, tired as fuck. Fucking trance, fucking fell asleep, and that's how it all began, man. It took me to my end of my will to live. I was done. And that's what made me qualify to, I was justified in my declaration of, I gotta find God, man. I gotta find God. Because I don't deserve to be punished for taking my own life, because I have my reasoning is justified, because it's so corrupt. Judicial system everywhere I go, it's exactly backwards of how it should be, and I keep getting fucked everywhere I go. For what reason? What in the fuck is going on around here? Our creator was killed, or the creation was taken over by some other outside entity, or we're being fed into the belly of a beast. Something is not correct, because my God would never allow this shit to fucking get this fucking shitty. And my God would not allow a fucking United States military to fucking remain silent when they're a veteran of their own fucking branch of service. The Navy is, I'm calling out for you. Help me, man. I need help, man. We need shore patrol in here. Something is way fucked up. Nothing, not a word. They're going to let me fucking kill myself. You left me to the shore. Because you're in cahoots. You're aware of all the corruption and fucking fake double fucking words, meaningless fucking documents. They're making you look like a fucking idiot, everybody. All this bullshit. And nothing's going to happen unless you fucking pound it and keep throwing it in their face and barking at them. It's a fucking civil war, man. It's fucking civil war. I've been fighting spiritual warfare, and I'm exposed to these people, all these motherfuckers, for what they truly are. They expect us. We are to be killed. We're to be slaughtered. We're the herd. We're going to be that which they call the calling of the calling of the herd is not permitted in humans. Farmers, they call the herd. They put down animals, but I don't get it. See, I stay in my own lane. I don't worry about what farmers are doing with their livestock. They are aware of what needs to be done. I'm not a dairy farmer. I don't raise cows. I don't fucking grow corn. None of that shit. I stay out of that. That's not my journey. I don't comment on their fucking shit. But I know as a human, and what you guys are trying to do, that is not permitted. Everything you are being watched. Every fucking thing you've ever done in your whole life. And yes, you have been ordered to do it. And then if you like it and you want more, sure, have more. Sure. Oh, you want some more? Sure. Yep. And what I say about Trump, everybody, man, I'll call you out. I'll spit that shit down for real talk. The way the Creator needs it to be done, and it needs to be truthful. It needs to be heartfelt. Either anger, whatever your emotions are. I want to feel it. Spill your guts in your word. That's how the word's alive in its purest form. And if you don't like me speaking the truth to you, or shocking you into being aware of what the fuck is happening, man, this is your chance. There is no waiver. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Jesus Christ. You fucking say that shit, I will strike you down. You say what? Praise God, the holy name Jesus Christ. You guys are so fucking sick. It's so sick. You're a disease. You are a fucking a scourge of the fucking human fucking condition. And your refusal to accept that I am the resurrection. I am resurrected from my own suicide. How fucking hard is that to understand? But you want to stand on a stage and fucking play pretend and keep kicking that old shit that has been written in betrayal and deception. I got to go. This is about ran out. A prophet